Rewind to 490 BC, an era where the formidable Persian Empire under King Darius casts a shadow over Greece. The empire, at the height of its glory, boasted an army so vast it was said to drink rivers dry. Their thirst for conquest was as unquenchable as the arid lands they hailed from. King Darius, a ruler of iron will and grand ambitions, eyed the Greek city-states with a predator's hunger. Greece, a land of city-states, each with its own government and way of life, was a stark contrast to the monolithic Persian Empire. Yet, despite their differences, they shared a common fear: a Persian invasion. King Darius, not known for his patience, had already begun preparations for an expansive military campaign. His plan? To bring Greece under Persian control, to quench his thirst for power and expansion. His reasons were many. Some say it was to secure his western frontiers. Others believe it was a quest for vengeance against Athens for their role in the Ionian revolt. But whatever his motivations, his intentions were clear. Greece was in his crosshairs. The Greek city-states, despite their political differences, were united in their fear of the Persian threat. They had heard tales of the Persian army's might, of cities razed and cultures erased. The specter of Persian domination loomed large over their freedom and way of life. As the Persian force sailed towards them, the Athenians braced themselves for a battle that would decide their fate. It was a time of uncertainty, a time of fear, but also a time of unity and resilience. The stage was set for one of history's most significant battles, the Battle of Marathon. The Athenians knew the odds were against them, but they were determined to defend their land and their freedom at all costs. Little did they know, this battle would reverberate through the annals of history and resonate with future generations as a beacon of courage and unity. Faced with the Persian threat, the Athenians rallied under their astute general Miltiades. The Athenians knew they were outmatched in terms of numbers, but they refused to surrender without a fight. They were defending not just their city, but their way of life, their freedom, their very essence. Miltiades, a seasoned military strategist, took command of the Athenian forces. He concocted a brilliant plan that was both audacious and daring. He decided to focus the strength of his forces on the wings of the Athenian battle line, leaving the center relatively weak. This was a risky move, but Miltiades was betting on the superior skill and bravery of his soldiers. His strategy was based on a simple premise: disrupt the Persian battle formation and create chaos in their ranks. Miltiades knew that the Persians were expecting a traditional head-on clash. They would be taken by surprise when the Athenians attacked from the flanks, a tactic that required precision, coordination, and courage. There was a sense of unity and determination among the Athenians. They were not professional soldiers, but citizens who had taken up arms to defend their homeland. They knew that they were facing a formidable enemy, but they also knew that they had something the Persians did not: a deep and unwavering love for their city and their freedom. They trained rigorously, perfecting their phalanx formation, honing their skills with spear and shield, and instilling in their hearts the belief that they could stand against the might of the Persian Empire. Miltiades, with his strategic brilliance, gave them the plan. Their courage and unity gave them the will to carry it out. As the day of battle drew near, the Athenians stood ready. They were prepared to face the Persian horde, to risk everything for the chance to remain free. They were no longer just citizens of Athens, but guardians of their city, protectors of their freedom, and defenders of their way of life. With their city and freedom at stake, the Athenians prepared to meet the Persian force head-on at Marathon. As the Persian force landed on the plains of Marathon, the stage was set for an epic clash. The Athenian general Miltiades, with his 10,000 soldiers, stared across the battlefield at the advancing Persian army, numbering in the tens of thousands. The air was thick with tension, the silence broken only by the distant rumble of marching feet and the jingle of armor. The battle commenced with the Persians launching a full frontal assault, their archers loosing volleys of arrows into the Athenian ranks. Yet the Greeks, shielded by their hoplon shields, advanced in a phalanx, an impenetrable wall of spears and shields. Miltiades had devised a strategy of strengthening the wings of his formation, luring the Persians into a false sense of superiority. As the two forces collided, the earth trembled under the weight of their determination. The clatter of weaponry, the shouts of warriors, and the clash of shields filled the air. The Persians, known for their swift and lethal cavalry, found themselves at a disadvantage. The terrain of Marathon, with its marshy grounds and narrow passages, was not suited for horsemen, giving the Athenians a much-needed edge. The Athenians, though heavily outnumbered, fought with a ferocity that echoed their desperation and thirst for freedom. Each soldier, knowing that the fate of their city-state hung in the balance, fought as if he were 100 men. Persian arrows and spears met with Athenian shields and swords, a dance of death and survival unfolding on the battlefield. In the midst of the chaos, the Athenians held firm, their unity and discipline becoming their greatest weapon. The wings of the Athenian formation began to fold inward, enveloping the Persian forces in a deadly trap. Miltiades' strategy was working. The Persians, finding themselves surrounded, began to falter. The battle raged on, a testament to the sheer will and determination of a people fighting for their freedom. The Athenians, outnumbered yet unyielding, held their ground against the Persian onslaught. Despite the odds, the Athenians seized the day with a tactical masterstroke. As the dust of battle swirled around them, it became clear that the tide was turning. Miltiades, the Athenian general, had devised a strategic maneuver that was about to pay off. The center of the Athenian line was deliberately weakened to draw the Persians in, while the flanks were strengthened. This clever ploy lured the Persian forces into a trap, causing their lines to thin and stretch. As the Persian center advanced, they found themselves surrounded on three sides by the stronger Athenian flanks. The Athenians, fighting with the ferocity of men defending their homeland, began to push the Persians back. The Persian soldiers, surprised and overwhelmed, started to falter. This was the turning point of the Battle of Marathon. The courage and valor of the Athenian soldiers were unmatched. They fought with a relentless determination, each man knowing that the future of their city-state hung in the balance. Their spears pierced the Persian shields, their cries echoed across the battlefield, and their bravery inspired their comrades. They were not merely fighting a battle. They were defending their freedom, their homes, their families. The Persian forces, despite their superior numbers, could not withstand the Athenian onslaught. They were forced to retreat, fleeing back to their ships and leaving the battlefield to the victorious Athenians. This marked the end of the Persian threat to Athens and a significant victory for the Greeks. The Athenian victory at Marathon was more than just a military triumph. It was a statement of resilience, a testament to strategic brilliance, and a symbol of unyielding courage. It showed the world that a united people fighting for their freedom could stand against the mightiest of empires. Against all odds, the Athenians had won. The Persian threat was repelled, and Greece's freedom was preserved. The Battle of Marathon was not just a chapter in history, it was a beacon of hope, a lesson of unity, and a story of victory that would echo through the ages. The Battle of Marathon was more than just a military victory. It was a beacon of hope that would inspire generations. This historic confrontation held in the plains of Marathon was not just a clash of arms, but a clash of ideologies, a struggle between autocracy and the nascent concept of democracy. The Athenian victory in this battle did not merely fend off a Persian invasion, it safeguarded the very ideals that Greece held dear. The significance of the Battle of Marathon resonates through the annals of history. It was a defining moment that etched a deep mark in the collective consciousness of Greece. The victory bolstered the city-state's resolve to maintain their autonomy, resisting the overpowering allure of Persian subjugation. It was a statement of intent, a bold declaration that Greece would not be conquered easily. Beyond the immediate impact on Greece's political landscape, the Battle of Marathon had far-reaching implications. This victory was a potent symbol of resistance that echoed through the ages, inspiring countless generations to stand firm in the face of adversity. It was a testament to the power of unity and courage, a vivid demonstration of how a united front could overcome even the mightiest of foes. The legacy of Marathon also profoundly influenced the concept of freedom and democracy. The Athenians, who had recently embraced democracy, fought to preserve their newfound rights and liberties. Their triumph at Marathon validated their faith in the democratic ideals, reinforcing their belief in the power of the people. This victory, therefore, played a crucial role in strengthening the democratic values that would eventually become integral to Western civilization. In essence, the Battle of Marathon was not just a military conflict, but a pivotal point in human history. It was a battle where the underdog, driven by the spirit of freedom and unity, emerged victorious against a formidable opponent. This victory sowed the seeds of hope, inspiring people across generations to fight for their rights and liberties. The Battle of Marathon stands as a timeless testament to the power of unity, courage, and the indomitable spirit of freedom.